This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sodaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling podcast. Wow, wow, wow.
Ooh.
Spooky.
Is it time?
It is.
I think it is.
At the time of recording, we are in September, so.
Boom.
It's a crisp 90-degree September day.
I was in Montreal a couple of days ago, and Marcy,
It was fall.
it was so fall.
Should they call it
Like, it was-
Montreal?
Oh, they should. They should. Montreal, man. But I like it was, and I stepped out of my trailer and I was like, this is heaven on earth, dude. It was such a beautiful day.
Oh, did you have
Oh, it
something
was so nice.
maple flavored that day?
No. Dang it.
No. Well, you'll be
No,
back in Montreal,
dang.
right?
Yeah, and in the fall when it's real fall.
The real fall.
The Montreal.
Montreal.
How you doing, Marcy? Anything spooky happening or happened?
I do not think so, other than a few days ago waking up at 3 a.m. because I thought we were having an earthquake, but we weren't. But I was like, why was I positive I was shaking?
Isn't that weird? So, I've done that sometimes where I'm like,
if in the next 5 years we have an earthquake, that was me being psychic.
I have a feeling we will, Marcy. I have a feeling we will.
I interrupted you. You said you wake up sometimes.
No, isn't like Gilly and I will talk about that of like kind of waking up at random times and you're like, why? And like startled, where you're like, something had to have happened. A noise, something had to have happened.
Oh,
But
that's
what?
That's why it was so funny, because I had that feeling of like that in my dream I was incorporating the shaking into my dream and making it something
Yes.
else. And I don't remember
Yes.
what I was making it, but then I woke up and I realized, this is an earthquake that's shaking.
Ooh, yeah.
But it wasn't.
It wasn't.
That's
That's weird. I will say sometimes I shift on my bed and I'm like, and it feels like an earthquake. You know when you like shift and you're like still kind of jiggling and you're like, is this
maybe
an earthquake?
maybe I just need to tighten the screws up around my bed.
Maybe tighten those screws up.
Get an Allen wrench out and tighten up them screws.
Yeah. That could be it.
How about you? What's on the spooky spectrum for you?
I started reading a spooky book called Cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
But not the movie. I thought the movie was maybe based on this book, but that's not the case.
Okay.
Because I saw the movie too,
And it's not.
but it's a whole different story.
Okay.
The movie was okay. Kind of creepy and then kind of like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? This book so far is very intense and spooky about like a conversion camp in the 90s.
Ooh.
But there's like an underlying like supernatural evil thing that I don't know yet.
Something weird is going on.
Something spooky. Yeah, something weird's going on at this conversion camp.
What's happening here?
But it's one where it's just like page turning, one of those fun ones.
Yes.
So if anybody's looking for a spooky book,
What's it called?
check out Cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo. But that's kind of it. Nothing too spooky.
Well, I guess we're in luck because people have sent us spooky stories.
Goodness.
Thank
goodness.
I can read one because I know how to. Did you know?
Marcy, you've been like really bringing up how much you know how to read lately. Do you really know how to?
I don't know. I said that, and then I know as soon as I start reading, it's going to really seem like I don't.
Yeah. Read it to me.
We'll give
You
her.
got this. I know you can read. Everybody, Marcy can read.
We'll give her a go. Anyway, so this one is titled, "Is My Dad Sending Signs After All?"
Oh.
Okay. Hi, Betsy and Marcy. I've been listening to your podcast ever since Marcy was on Love It or Leave It, and it was so funny and insightful that I immediately began listening and haven't stopped. Oh my God.
Marcy!
What?
Hell yeah, dude.
I wonder which episode it was, because there was one where he told me he didn't believe in ghosts, and then I made an argument for why he should believe in ghosts.
Cool.
And then he
It
was
must have been that one.
maybe, or when I was
Maybe.
just talking about, I do a lot of reality TV talking there. So
Perfect.
those are my
Perfect.
Those
Either
are my
one.
arenas. You two are so great and help me open up to new possibilities of the unknown after growing up in a very Christian household where tarot cards were suspicious and the only afterlife was heaven. I don't believe in heaven anymore. I'll write in later about a tarot reading I recently did that was kind of spooky. You also inspired part of my novel in progress. Oh.
What?
When you were talking about Lilydale, New York, it made me think of a story that I began working on, and when I finished and published it, I will absolutely tell you. When I finish and publish it, I will absolutely tell you.
Yes.
That's awesome. Congrats.
That is so cool. Yeah, that's like incredible to write a novel.
Absolutely.
I mean, that is so cool. Yeah, let us know. We'll read it.
Well, wait. Oh, the whole book. Because I'm proving right now, I know how to.
Marcy knows how to.
What if
Nobody is whispering in her ear what to say right now.
What if I were just making this all up off the top of my head? And
Honestly, Marcy, I believe you could do that because you are so good at improvising.
Thank you. Even when I like make up my stumbles, like I'm
yes,
like,
yeah.
just
It's like,
to
whoa,
sell
she's
it.
good. Should we do a whole improvised episode?
And never tell people till the end.
Oh my God.
I feel like it would make people mad.
Yeah, they'd be like, these stories have a lot of like poo poo in them and stuff.
Or it'd just be like, see, this is why you can't believe people, because you just made shit up. And there's too much. And there's too much poo poo. Yes.
Oh man, that really killed me.
Okay. Okay.
I would love to.
Anyway, here is my story.
Okay.
I don't know what I think of it. It might just have been some meaningful coincidences, but I like to think it's more. In September 2022, my dad died very suddenly in Greece while scuba diving in the Mediterranean Sea with his best friend.
Oh my God.
If you're gonna die suddenly, that's definitely the way to do it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but also that is like what a way to go, and like such a
Yeah.
He'd recently begun scuba diving for a hobby, and they were on their second day of their first scuba trip. We aren't certain what happened, though we think it might have been a stroke. We don't think it was related to the diving itself, but it was a terrible loss for my whole family, especially because he was in good health. He was the youngest of his brothers, who were both much older than him, and the first death of a close family member I experienced as an adult. I was at a new job that he'd helped me prepare my interview for, and he was so excited for me. My son was only a year and a half at the time, and because of the pandemic, they hadn't spent a lot of time together. It's a really hard grieving process, and even now I'm getting a bit teary-eyed because I miss him a lot. We were very similar and close. A few days ago, in June 2024, I was listening to Jim Harold's Campfire, and a woman was talking about the dragonflies she believes her dad sends her at significant moments.
Yes.
I remember thinking, I wish my dad would do that, but that's not really his style. And what kind of sign would he even send me? I don't know if it was that night or a few days later, but on Tuesday, I had a dream with my dad in it. I can only recall one other dream I know he's been in since his death, so this is not usual. I said something in the dream like, but you're dead. And he said, actually, that was my cover story. I'm doing some work for the CIA.
Oh, cool.
This was probably my subconscious replying, as I've occasionally wished that he wasn't dead, just living a different life, even though I know he'd never do that to us, and really loved the life he was living with my stepmom and their little dogs. I woke up on Wednesday morning and thought it was odd and funny and went about my day. That morning, as I was trying to get my 4-year-old son and myself out of the house for an errand, I saw that he'd, I'm assuming the son, pulled out my photo albums and a box of loose photos that I usually kept behind a glass door with a child lock in our TV stand. Several of the photos that were strewn across the living room floor were of my family, and a few of just me and my dad while I was very young. My son recognized my dad from one because we have a copy of it hanging in our hall, so I showed him the other ones too, trying to keep my dad's memory alive.
Oh.
My son has never pulled these photos out before, and I know he was just exploring. We keep the game console on a shelf in the TV stand too, and he's been trying to play Spider-Man games. But it startled me after that dream.
Yeah.
We cleaned up the photos and went on our errand. My dad and I lived in the same city and he had several different houses throughout the year. So sometimes I end up driving by a street I associate with him, and it always makes me miss him. One house was where I briefly lived with him while my husband and I were fixing up our first home. As I was driving, I noticed I was very near that house, which isn't all that uncommon. It's off a major road in the area, but still not one I drive past every day. Mm-hmm. Then I got distracted because my son wanted me to play the Paw Patrol song 1,000,000 times, and I couldn't do that and look at my GPS. I saw I was exactly at the intersection to turn down my dad's old street. At the same moment, I realized I'd driven past my actual turn and would need to do a U-turn.
Dude.
It was a little surprising that these things matched up so well, as if maybe I'd been distracted on purpose so that I'd end up driving a bit further and be at that intersection. This is also the house where I once burst into tears when driving near it by chance, which led to a trance about the afterlife that has made me less afraid of death.
Whoa.
Lastly, I was at my son's swim lessons that afternoon when I noticed an Instagram DM from my cousin that I had missed. I don't know why I hadn't seen it until this Wednesday because it was a response to a reel I'd posted that mentioned my dad on Sunday, which was Father's Day. This is where you find out.
You misheard.
My cousin said, I just wanted to take a second and say that I miss your dad. He was the funniest of the uncles and had an awkward penchant for speaking his mind, which caused me to burst out laughing inappropriately more than once. Although I like my cousins a lot, we live all over the continent and don't see each other much and are in touch only occasionally, so this message isn't typical. I don't know if I believe that this is anything more than a lot of coincidences, as I said, but I want to think of it as something more. Having a dream about him, randomly seeing photos of him and me together, driving by his house that was connected to me, then finding a message I hadn't noticed about him all on the same day really made me feel like maybe I'm getting signs from him that he knows I miss him and think of him even though he's out there, not undercover for the CIA, thinking about me too. Oh, sorry. And that he's out there. Thanks for the lovely podcast. I eagerly anticipate every Tuesday. Sorry if this was long, Meredith. Oh my God.
Meredith. It feels so like signs.
Yes.
That's too many coinky dinks. Especially in one day.
Yeah.
Come on. That's awesome.
Because it's just a lot for, I mean, and sure, some of it could be your brain pushing you to it, but like the pictures and your cousin, like that's, it sort of tips it over the edge for me thinking that it's, that it's real signs.
And the like missing the turn so that you do drive by that. It's like something is up, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Also,
I like that.
Look, you say he's not in the CIA, but maybe there's an alternate reality where he's working with the CIA.
Dude. What if?
What if? We just have to ask ourselves, what if?
Hey, think about it. What if? What if?
But again, it's so sad to pass, but truly, like in the Mediterranean Sea, like
In Greece. Doing a thing you love.
Especially when, it's, in a time when so many people have passed, and, I feel like there's a large generation of people who are aging and passing. So there's a lot of passing that way. But like the pandemic and everything, it's just like and people being so isolated. So like that's really kind of beautiful to be like living your life and just out there. I always say that about Leslie Jordan. People were like, it's so sad he just bought his first house. But I was like, I was like, that's the day he died was probably one of his happiest days of his life because he was having so much success and so much love from everywhere, part of the world. So
yeah. Oh, Leslie Jordan,
I know,
we love you. Okay, I got one.
Give it.
Strange bathroom encounter.
Oh, Betsy. Bootsy.
Marcy Betsy, I emailed the entire wrong email address. Resending this one. Oh yeah, they sent it to a funny feeling pod.
Oh, I get it.
I get it.
Yeah.
We get it. Hey, Marcy and Betsy, I love this podcast and love you both. Thank you. I said in a previous story about possibly seeing the ghost of the Williamsburg Parkway murderer, but wanted to send in my other odd encounter. I was attending a youth camp that was held in the middle of the woods in Indiana. This place was basically a spot in the deep forest on a river where we set up our tents. Up a path from the tents was a cement structure that had about 3 bathroom stalls. There were 2 girls to each tent, and the one and only golden rule of the camp was never go anywhere without your tent mate. Like, never. It was drilled into us. We were all 11 years old and thought if we lost sight of our tent mate, we would instantly die. That's funny. So, of course, at around 2 a.m., I wake up in my tent and have to pee. I wake up my tent mate, let's call her Lindsay, to come with me up to the path through the woods to the cement building so I can go. She's instantly furious that I woke her up and that I have to pee, so refuses to go and tells me to go by myself. At the fear of instant death, I insist to the point that she agrees. That's pretty intense to be like,
you are going.
You have to come with me.
I've already woken you up. You must watch me pee.
You must. We grab flashlights and head up the path to the clearing and the cement building. Lindsay, being angry with me, refuses to go in and sits on the bench outside directly under one of the lights in the wood, under the one light in the woods. I press forward and head in, locking myself in a stall to do the thing. Well, lo and behold, in comes Lindsay. She goes into the stall next to me and locks herself in. I called out, "Oh, so someone also has to pee, huh?" And receive no response. I chalk that up to her being pissed as hell at me. So I finish, wash my hands, and lean against the wall waiting for her to finish up. But she isn't making any sound. I said, "Linz, I know you're pissed at me, but come on, let's head back." Still no response. At this point, I bend down to look under the stall, and there's her feet just standing there behind the door. Okay, fine. She's trying to make me wait to get me angry so I can understand how angry she is to be chaperoning me to the bathroom at 2 a.m. So I wait and wait, then call out again. No response. Finally, after about 4 to 5 minutes of waiting, I've had enough and say, "Fine, stay in there all night. I'll be outside." I exit the bathroom, and there she is, Lindsay, sitting on the bench right where I left her. Now, she has a totally clear view of the entrance, so I ask if she saw anyone go in, which makes her immediately start flipping out about how I'm trying to scare her, and we're in the middle of the goddamn woods. Of course no one came in. Get the fuck back to the tent so I could sleep and so forth. I tell her my tale, and she just 11-year-old mans up and storms into the bathroom. I follow her, and yeah, it's empty. totally empty. Stall door isn't even locked. We ran back to the tent, and I don't think I slept that night or peed in that bathroom the remainder of the week. I don't know what that was, but it definitely stuck with me for a long time. Thanks for everything, ladies. You guys are amazing. Keep it up. Love, Sara.
That
what
is
the
so
fuck,
scary.
dude? That's awful.
Awful. And
2 a.m., dude.
it does also make sense that like a place like where that has so much energy coming and going
Yes.
would hold something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is so creepy.
Creepy. Oh God.
Ew.
Did Lindsay ever believe her? Did we get that or not? Or no?
I don't. Well, Lindsay started freaking out.
Right, but was just mad at her, right?
Yeah. I don't know, though.
Lindsay, you gotta believe us.
Lindsay, please believe. Please believe, Lindsay.
Please,
that is so creepy.
It's nasty.
The woods
creepy.
are creepy.
Oh, they're so scary. I would never
They're
go
so
camping.
scary. Me neither. I don't need to do that.
I'll go for a walk and a hike. I love like a little.
Love doing that.
Oh, absolutely. But I don't ever need to be there for more than 8 hours. I think that would be way more than 8 would be crazy long.
Yeah, I don't need to do that. I don't want to do that.
I guess if I were in like a cabin on like a lake with a
give me a
serial
cabin.
killer.
Yeah, give me cabin, you know.
I just don't want my feet to get dirty.
Ugh, no.
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 No. Not at all.
I'm not a camping type.
No, I don't think you are, and I know I'm not.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
who we
think
are.
You are.
Honey, that's
We're
who
just
we
not-
are.
Yeah, that's it. We're just not campers, okay?
Okay.
And that's fine.
And we can live this way and be fine.
We're fine with it. We're cool with it. We're
Stop
cool.
screaming at us.
Yeah, let us just be who we are, okay? Come on.
Buttholes.
Yeah, you buttholes.
Yeah, you guys are being buttholes.
Quit being buttholes, man. Recording.
Okay. Betsy,
Marcy.
do you want to listen to a listener story?
I would love to listen to a listener's story.
After
Please.
After all these years, did you know that's where I was going with this? Let me pull
I'm always surprised.
Whoa, listener story. Okay, pull it one up.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say one more story. This one's a short one. In my journey, kind of diving more into my spirituality and feeling more comfortable with my gifts and being able to see ghosts and everything, I've started meditating a lot and having a lot of dreams. And in these meditations and in these dreams, I'm often guided by a raven or a crow. And I debated whether or not if I should submit this to y'all, but it does have to do with having a funny feeling. So I oftentimes, like in my hard moments, like a raven will come very close to me, and like I always see it as like a good omen, or a crow will get really close to me, just like very close with those birds. And there's like a time when my friend was visiting and we were on a hike and we got lost. We did not follow the map. And we hadn't seen crows or ravens the whole hike. And I was kind of bummed about that because I obviously love them. But I wasn't really looking for them either. But we got lost. And the moment we got lost, we were like started to go down. We were like, let's go this way and like see what happens. And I just like wasn't sure where we were. There wasn't really anyone around to ask. And then two huge ravens kind of start flying in a different direction. And something inside me was just like, I need to follow them. Like they're gonna, and like we were in the middle of a forest. We couldn't, like, it was just kind of like confusing. So I turned to my friend and I was like, how weird would it be if we just like followed the ravens? And she was like, honestly, at this point, I trust you. And so I was like, okay. So we followed the ravens. They took us to a clearing where there was a park ranger there. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. So we were talking to the park ranger, getting directions. As we were talking to the park ranger, the ravens flew above our head in a circle and just like hung out with us for a bit. And then as soon as we were done talking to the park ranger, we got the directions. They flew to my car and landed right next to my car. And like, we're kind of like, come here, dumb guy. Like, this is where you're supposed to be going. Here's your fucking car. And it was really lovely and sweet of them. And whether or not people believe if it was just a really wild coincidence or not, I do believe that they were there to guide me, because they took us to the park ranger and then they took us to the car. And it was extremely wild. And so, yep, shout out to the ravens. And yeah, thanks y'all for listening to my stories. Stay spooky. I hope you didn't shit your pants. And would love to hear if y'all have any animal connections. And say hi to your kitties for me, Marcy. Have a lovely day.
Whoa.
You know, I used to be scared of birds, but I feel like I'm not lately.
You like crows.
I love crows, and I think what we call those corvids.
What's a corvid?
A corvid
crow?
is, I think a corvid is a crow or a raven. Let me look. I could be, sometimes they just lie. Corvid. It's a crow family. Is a
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Our large black bird that is part of, and ravens,
Okay.
I think, are part of the crow family or the corvid family.
Yes. Nutcrackers also are.
They got strong ass
corvids.
beaks.
Whoa.
But how, and especially because you hear stories about how they can communicate, and if someone's nice to them, they'll tell the other ones, and they can like even describe what you look like to the other ones.
Dude, I've not heard those stories. That's nuts. That's cool. That's crazy.
Because they like, people will like give like presents to them, and then they'll start bringing you presents too.
Like what?
Like if you
Pieces of
start giving
trash?
them like yes, they'll find sparkly things and start leaving stuff for you. Because if you
That's
give them
funny.
like, if you give them like fruits and nuts and stuff, then they'll be like, oh, this person's really nice, and you can make friends with them. And they'll tell the other
Whoa.
crows and ravens, they're like, oh, this is a nice person.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
This is a pretty wild story. I like how the crows were also just like hanging out above to be like, you okay? You good? All right. We're out of here.
Yeah. Here's your car in case you forgot what that is.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, come on.
How funny.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So
Wow.
the Corvidae, a cosmopolitan family of oscine passerine birds.
That's fancy, dude.
Crows, ravens, rooks, magpies, jackdaws, jays, tree pies, cogs, and nutcrackers.
Ah. Fun.
Yeah. I think I'm losing my fear of birds.
That's nice. I will say, since having Wilma in my life, I've definitely been calmer and more chill with birds, because I'll see them like hopping around or something, and I'll be like, look at that little bird, Wilma. Where
And
I'm
she'll
not
be
like,
like, "I'll
ew,
eat
get
it."
the fuck away from me. Yeah, Wilma's like, "Ow." But like, where it's like chilled me out of like, oh, it's an animal like Wilma.
Yeah.
I'll leave them alone. They'll leave me alone.
It's just a dinosaur like Wilma.
Just a big old dino.
Now, what's spooky? I keep getting spooked. The squirrels around here are spooky.
Dude.
Oh,
Spooky squirrels.
There's a guy on TikTok who like keeps taking care of squirrels. There was a squirrel, and he caught her and got her teeth filed down because they were poking into her mouth. Like they had grown too long. So
What?
Yeah, some rodents, their teeth keep growing, and they can actually. And it happens with pigs, and like it happens with like sheep or rams and stuff, where it'll just keep growing their horns or their teeth, and so they can poke through their faces. So he caught a little squirrel, took her to the vet. They put her to sleep, and they just sawed down her teeths.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, help that little squirrel out, dude.
Yeah, he's
Help
a nice
that little
guy.
squirrel out. Oh,
The critters of the forest. They love us.
critters, they love us.
Yeah,
They
hopefully.
love us. I mean, yeah, we hope.
Um,
We hope they don't love to eat us.
don't eat me. Well, a raven. Good luck.
Don't you
ravens.
eat me now.
Don't you come over here and eat me.
Yeah, they would love our eyeballs, right?
I'm going to read a listener story.
Yes. Read one.
Okay. This says, "Hello, Marcy and Betsy. Growing up, I went to a dance studio that was located in the basement of a library and music hall. It was notoriously haunted, and although I never saw anything due to my time during my time there, many of my classmates and even my teachers did. Unfortunately, at the time, the owner of the building was very this building is haunted. But about 10 years ago, a new owner took over, and over the years, there's been a handful of ghost investigations, usually for TV or radio around Halloween.
What?
So when I saw there was going to be a public ghost hunting, I jumped at the chance.
Yes, that rules.
The hunt started in the theater of the music hall. As a kid, we always said that there was a girl who fell from the balcony, and that was one of the ghosts. And no matter how many times they fixed this wait, did I already read this one?
Not that I know of.
Okay, this is seeming familiar to me, but I'll keep going, guys. I'm going to keep
It
going.
feels like a very classic theater
Yeah.
ghost story of like somebody fell from the catwalk.
Yeah. Oh,
And
that's
now,
that's
you
what
know,
I'm thinking of. Someone okay.
Because I've heard that one
Okay.
before of like,
So
Yeah.
no matter how many times they fixed this broken chair where she would have landed, it would be broken the next day. So one investigator was on stage and one was in the balcony, and they were doing a session where they were blindfolded and had headphones on connected to some device, and we could say things or ask questions, and they would reply with what they had heard through the device. They both kept repeating fall over and over again with "I hurt her." They were just about to end the session when a giant boom came from the balcony. We all heard it but didn't see anything. After that, we split into 3 groups. Well, we have to investigate
Splitting up now.
further. Come on.
I would be like, I got my money's worth. I'm out of here,
I'm
dude.
out. No, I would-
I don't need to go any further.
I'd be like, we got to go find where that balloon popped. My group first went to the library. I'm attaching a video of my mom asking the ghost to turn on the flashlight if they were some guy named Ed that allegedly haunts there.
Ooh.
Nothing happened, so I said, okay, turn on the flashlight if you're not Ed, and the flashlight came on.
Dude.
My group kept asking it to do other things, but it only would turn the flashlight on and off I kept thinking how in Betsy's show Ghost, every time Trevor had to do something, it took all his might and forever, so I started to feel bad, LOL.
That's so funny. Yeah, he can like touch stuff, but it takes like a really hard time, like to change the remote.
Oh,
He has to like really work hard and then can poof. Okay, like it's
that's
a really
so
funny bit.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
it's really funny. Next, we went up to what is called the Civil War room because when they were renovating the building, they found this room where there was all this memorabilia from the Civil War, and they found that former soldiers held meetings there. We weren't allowed to take pictures or videos because one of the ghosts said something really racist one time. But that was
Oh
where
my
we had
God.
the most activity. Oh, wait. I want to unpack that because I have questions. Like, is it because, like, look, we canceled the ghost, so we're not giving that ghost any more attention.
Can't give that ghost any attention.
Because like we just don't want to hear any more racism from this ghost. Or maybe both.
I think maybe all of it, where it's just like, we can't. I don't want to record a ghost saying anything bad.
No. How?
Unless it's like a funny, like, oh, you got a big butt or something.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay. But when it gets to being racist, I'm like,
No.
no, I don't want to record this shit.
But what a weird thing to, even in the afterlife, to be like, still got to be racist. Like, what? I guess maybe it's not a smart ghost and it doesn't know.
You know, you like you say a lot, they are people.
They are just people.
And
they're just bad people.
You know, sometimes people suck, and they'll suck during life and in the afterlife. They'll suck.
So, yeah, they weren't allowed to take pictures or videos because of the racism, but that was where they had the most activity. Our group was all women except for the male investigator, and they didn't seem to like us at first. I said, well, we can vote now, and we have a woman vice president. And somebody said something through the communicator. I couldn't tell what they said, but others thought he said, finally. Then I asked, did you know we had a black president? And clear as day, the communicator said, oh my God. And we started cracking up. Then somebody asked, did you ever meet Abraham Lincoln? And it sarcastically said, what do you think?
What?
I will say, no matter what, this ghost sucks. Next, we went into a dressing room and a spirit in there told us to get out because they were getting ready for a show. We asked, what show?
Fun.
It said Japan. Somebody asked if they were Japanese and they said no. Then, quote, is the show Japanese? And they said, yes, the king and I. And then it said no. Then my mom said that was Thai and asked if it was Madame Butterfly. And it said yes.
Whoa.
A lot of activity, but unfortunately no sightings for me. I'll update if the investigating team posts that they've captured something. Stay spooky, Gina. And then I also have the video if you would like to.
Cool.
Let's see.
That's a very what's the word I'm looking for? I'm just gonna say full. That's like a very full ghost hunt, or like a very successful, I guess.
Yeah.
Like a lot of stuff happened.
All right, I'm gonna play it.
Okay, cool.
If you're Ed, turn the flashlight on again.
If you're not Ed, turn the flashlight on.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
That is cool. It definitely turned the flashlight on for not Ed.
For not Ed, dude.
Not Ed, dude. Hey,
I'm
dude.
not Ed, dude.
I'm not Ed. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not Ed.
I am not Ed. Ed sucks. Wow, that's cool. Also, like, what a fantastic spot for a ghost hunt where it's like, we got a library, we got a theater, we got dressing rooms, we got a Civil War room. It's like, this is too perfect.
It truly is like a Venn diagram of all the stuff.
Yes, everything fun.
Yeah.
Like Clue the game, but as a fucking
absolutely
haunted. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I got one.
Give it.
Okay, this is called corroborated ghost? Question mark. Hello, Betsy and Marcy. Oh, I broke my ankle and had to have surgery.
Oh, no.
It fucking sucks, but I'm hanging in there. The good news is you ladies get a story from me because I'm bored and stuck inside.
Well.
Yeah. Also, if anyone listening breaks their ankle and you can afford the cost, get the knee scooter. Crutches are torture devices.
Yeah.
Dude. Crutches suck,
yeah,
man.
it hurts your armpits so bad.
So bad. They're so tough. Okay, on to the story. I grew up in a relatively large family, and there was usually at least one other person home with me. I also shared a room with my sister, so any time that I was completely home alone was treasured. Oh, I bet. I could pick out whatever I wanted to watch on the big TV in the living room and make snacks without the threat of an older sibling snatching some.
Yeah.
One of these rare times I was home alone, I decided to watch the Joan of Arc movie that has Mila Jovovich and John Milia Jovovich.
I think it's
John
Jovovich,
Malkovich.
right? Do you know? You know who she is.
I know who she is.
Yeah.
I know who she is. I know who she is, I swear. The movie absolutely matters for this story, which is why I remember that detail. Funny. Now the living room at this house was open concept, and the couch was set up to where your back would be to the hallway leading to the main bathroom and the kids' rooms. So I'm sitting there watching the movie, and I get that funny feeling, titty line, like someone is watching me. So I turn around and look behind me as a dark figure is moving from the bathroom to my brother's room. The figure was not clear enough for me to see facial features, but it was tall and had one of those shorter hairstyles with a middle part and bangs that a lot of men wore in the 90s. Mm-hmm.
Back in the day in the 90s.
Oh, those olden days, the 90s ghost. I know I'm home alone because someone would have to walk by me to enter the house through anything but a locked window. I also can see through this figure, so I don't even think for a second that it's human. Here is why the movie matters, though. My brain immediately tried to use it to explain away what I was experiencing. I see the short hairstyle on the figure, and I think that because I had already gotten past the part of the movie when Joan cuts her hair and has that bowl cut-esque hairstyle, I must be seeing some sort of after image in my eye, kind of like those floaters you get sometimes from camera flashes.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. When I type it out now, I'm like, how is spirit more effort to believe than that?
Fair.
That's fair enough. Also, when I looked up the movie recently, the hairstyle that Joan has when she cuts it is nothing like what I remember from this figure.
Well, how about that?
Anyways, so here's how this story gets corroborated, even though I was home alone when I had my experience. Many years later, I'm old enough to drink and have a few beers with my mom while she watches some show about aliens. This show is about experiences people have had in Montana, and this is where my mom is from. She goes, I saw a UFO once when I was in Great Falls. I, of course, make her tell me the story, which I will have to put in a different email, or this thing is going to be a novel.
Oh,
you gotta send us that story.
Please.
She tells me her UF story, and I realize I never asked my mom if she's seen a ghost. She has not, but asked me the same question, and when I say I have, she goes, "Have you seen any in our house?"
Oh.
So I told her the story about the ghost with 90s hair, thinking she would just laugh and be like, "Yeah, Katie, that was an after image." But she gets serious and has me explain where it happened again. Then she tells me that some years ago, my dad had witnessed a pair of disembodied, shadowy black legs make the same crossing from the bathroom to my brother's room.
Whoa.
Oh, just seeing legs is so scary.
Very, very scary.
Although I think I knew all along what I saw wasn't an after image, that moment took away any doubt I could have about what I had seen. I know it's not enough to sway the skeptics, but I have no way of explaining my dad and I seeing close to the same thing on different occasions, especially when he had no prior knowledge of my experience. Now you might be wondering, did I ever tell my brother that I may have seen a ghost walking into his room? I did not. And when my brother moved out and the room was to go to either my sister or myself. I did not object to my sister wanting his old room. But here's the thing. If you pick on your little sister who can see ghosts, then she's going to let you have the ghost room. Shruggy, what can I tell you? Emojis. Thank you for the podcast, Katie.
Whoa.
Katie, I hope your ankle is a quick recovery.
I
That
know.
sucks.
I hope
I've been there, done that.
Let's
It
see.
fucking sucks,
When did
dude.
Katie send this? It wasn't that long ago, but by now that ankle's better. I can tell. That's gotta be.
Yes. Wow.
So
God.
weird whenever you're like, yeah, I'm not crazy. Someone else has, you know,
Yep.
that's wild.
Yep. Oh man.
I
I'm
love
just
it.
imagining seeing two legs. Or
Ugh.
just seeing little legs. That's like I want to say way scarier than seeing a full body thing, but then it's like, I don't know. Full body's so scary.
Yeah, it's all kind of scary.
It's all horrifying.
Also, we
And
used
I
to
don't
call
wanna
that
see it.
hairstyle a butt cut.
The old butt cut, dude.
The butt cut, yeah.
Yes. I'm like picturing so many dudes who had that butt cut.
Yeah, let's see. 90s butt cut.
Butt
that what
cut.
Yep. The old butt cut.
The old butt cut. Oh, yeah. Yep. I was thinking of a bunch of the kids from Home Improvement. Yep. The old butt cut.
I think it was also called the mushroom cut.
The mushroom. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Wow.
Very cool. It was a cool time, guys. It was very cool.
It's a very cool time. Very cool time.
Shall I play a little listener story?
Let's do it.
And also
right?
do a little PSA for our friends and say, please send us more. We we need them, love them, and want more of them. Please.
Yes. Please send them.
Please.
Please
Please
send them.
send them. All right.
Please.
Here we go.
Okay, so I guess I lied about my first video recording being my last video recording, but I wanted to tell you guys about the time that I had a funny feeling and was also the funny feeling. This was back in high school, and I had watched an episode of Oprah with my mom that was about home invasion. And it really freaked me out. I think it unlocked fear for me that I never had occurred to me before, because I grew up in like a pretty safe, low crime area. And so I wasn't ready to go to bed yet. So I decided to put on my comfort show, Law & Order SVU. And I was just lying there, and suddenly I heard tapping on the window, and I froze, and I just was like sitting there trying to figure out what it was. Probably hoped it was a tree branch, even though there's no tree branches anywhere close to the window, until they tapped again. And this is when my heart fell out of my ass and I ran upstairs screaming bloody murder. Just screaming incoherently, crying hysterically. And my mom and dad came out of their bedroom and they were like, what the hell is happening? And I said, somebody's here. Somebody is trying to break in. And quite frankly, I don't remember anything after that. So I don't know if I passed out or if I simply just, wow, excuse me, how rude. If I just, forgot about it as time went on. But the next day, I don't even know. Oh, shit. Sorry, I'm trying to take my pizza out of the oven. This is a bad idea. The next day, my mom was telling me, oh yeah, what happened last night? And I was like, yeah. So she told me that it was actually our next door neighbor who thought I was my sister. And so I remember being mortified and then pissed off and then mortified again. And in hindsight, I realized that I must have scared that poor kid so bad. Just because I immediately went from 0 to 1,000. Anyway, that's it. Thankfully, there was no crime being committed. Just a bad set of circumstances that, now I say that I probably would have freaked out regardless, because who the hell knocks on somebody's window at 2 a.m.? I don't know. You tell me. Anyway, love the podcast. Thanks so much. Bye.
What kind of pizza were you making?
Oh my God. Sometimes people fly planes, they drive cars. And I honestly,
like jet skis.
I think taking a pizza out the oven is, I don't know if it's safer than any of those things, but
honestly, you're going to burn yourself.
I love all the multitasking our listeners are doing.
I do too. That's so funny.
That is so funny. And also, yes, that would be terrifying.
Horrifying. Even if you were like waiting for somebody to sneak over, that's too scary.
Yeah. Too scary.
Too scary.
We've
Don't
seen
do that.
Yeah, we've seen that in Scream.
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
We've totally seen that in Scream.
Well,
whoa.
These were great, you guys.
Yes, thank you for sending them in.
Please send more. We love them.
We're in it now. We're in spooky season.
Hell yeah. It's high spooky season right now.
Yeah. It's game on.
Game on. So send more. And you're going to probably all experience so many spooky things during the spooky season anyway.
Probably, dude.
Yeah, so
Probably.
buckle up. Buckle up.
Get ready. We're all going to be terrified.
Pants full of shits.
Full of dookies. Full of dookies.
Dookies. All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy. And don't shit your pants.
That was a Heckler